Hello, Wild Bill. Yep, Wild Bill again. No, I haven't made a video in a little while, but thought I'd throw this together because we're coming up to season 12 of America's Got Talent back on December 10th. They came to Cleveland, and since I live in North Canton, I figured I'd go ahead and do that. And I know a lot of folks have made videos about their experience going through the open audition, so I thought I'd just throw my hat in and throw one else out there too. Back during the semifinals of season 11, Nick Cannon had said that if you want to throw a set of video, submit a video to the producers, that you could do that. And so I did. I only have 2 videos that actually have me performing on them. Now, don't get me wrong, all of my videos are my performances. I do all of the singing, I sing all the parts, I sing all the backup, I write all the lyrics. But there's only 2 of them that actually have, you can see me actually performing, and that's my Epic Rap Battles of Slingshots and This Stone. So I sent him This Stone. And I would have to say that with a lot of work, the video quality of that particular video might get to horrible. I mean, it's bad. All right. Didn't have much equipment of any kind. I mean, I filmed the thing using an $18 Walmart camcorder because I didn't have. I was flat broke. But anywho, I sent that off to the producers. And then I guess it was towards, the finals were coming up, and they started announcing cities, and they said they were going to go to Cleveland. And if you go to the America's Got Talent website, it'll tell you on all the basically frequently asked questions, and there's a lot of that. If you send a video in, it's still a good idea if you can go to one of the open auditions that you ought to go. And so I went ahead and signed up for Cleveland, and on the form it said, okay, well I was able to pick a time, because I was pre-registering. Doing all the online, filling out all the forms online and all that stuff. Told them I'd be there at 11, which of course didn't happen. I was there way earlier. And then they sent me a ticket to print out, and next step was to show up. So morning of course I couldn't sleep the night before, so I went ahead and went nice and early. I reached the venue, drove there, got there by about 7:30 in the morning, and went through the security, and the line was at the registration desk was fairly long. There's a few hundred people in it, but it was moving quickly. The registration desk itself was probably a good 50 yards long, with stations all over. So once I went up to there, I handed them the ticket. They gave me my little sticker and a little bracelet, and I was alone. I didn't have anybody with me. But once that was done, rather than being sent to the holding room, they asked me to go to wait right next to the registration desk, where there was another lady, a young girl with a guitar, and her mother were waiting there too. And after a few minutes, a gentleman, one of the staffers, they don't have name tags or anything, but so I don't know who it was. One of the staff led both of us to a room. They told me that the room was Q room, whatever letter. I mean, they had lots of rooms, so I assume they just had A, B, C, D, and they just wanted me in Q. And said, well, it's you can set your coat here and everything. Remember, I mean, it's December 10th, and it's Cleveland. It's cold. But to be back in that room by 9 o'clock, to move forward from there. But the main holding room was nearby, and we could go check it out. So I went ahead and did that. Sounded cool. Went to the holding room, and within a matter of minutes, another young lady staffer, she comes bouncing up to me. Yeah. And thought that was a cat. I have those, lots of cats, 5 cats, so be careful. She came bouncing up. She says, "Oh, are you excited about it?" I says, "Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I know I got to be over there, in that, Q room, whatever, by 9 o'clock, but hey, I'm just seeing what's here." And she says, "Okay, well, could you come with me for a moment?" And so I followed her. She took me out of the holding room, where the director, one of the directors, I assume they have multiples, many directors, was filming some of those cutscenes that you see in the audition, in the first 6 episodes, audition episodes, where they're having conversations, candid conversations between contestants that are in the, that are in line and it took a little bit for them to, you know, get everything sorted out, but they introduced me to the director, wired me up with a microphone, wireless mic, and put me in front of, well, next to another gentleman, a rather tall guy, who's a hip-hop dancer, and a very good one too. I got to see him practice a bit. Guy, he's good. And they spent about maybe a half an hour or so filming, you know, just conversation with us. When the director's, you know, just, you know, telling us, okay, here's, you know, he sets the mood and says, okay, now here's the mood, here's what you're talking about, go. And so we did, and we did that for a little while. Once we finished with that particular scene, he, you know, thanked everybody, sent everybody away, but he asked me to come with him back into the holding room. Still had the microphone on. He wanted to get a shot of me and somebody else walking through the main holding room as if it was our, you know, we're seeing it for the first time, you know, and, you know, he's saying, here's what I want you to say, here's what you know, we didn't give us specifically what to say, but just an idea, you know, and just let us, you know, work it from there. And we ran through that a few times. By the time that was done, it was well past 9 o'clock. But they had an escort take me back to the room I was supposed to be in, and by that, the room was full by then. They had a dance crew made up of singing, kind of like a bunch of kids, you know, like 40, 50 kids with all the associated parents and everything else. It was just, you know, the only seat left in the room was mine. So after, you know, they had got them all taken care of, you know, it was a little bit I had to fill out, you know, just kind of my background story form. I got that to them, and then they led me and another act from that room, which was like a puppet show of some sort, to one of the audition rooms that were upstairs, and they had a group of people in front of this room. There was maybe 15, 20 people. All of them were excellent, by the way. I mean, these were, I mean, a lot of singers, had a magician sitting there doing stuff, and, you know, so it was some pretty, you know, it was like, okay, I got some competition here, and they were bringing in groups, you know, of, you know, 8 to 10 acts were going into the rooms to audition, you know, and typically what would happen is, you know, you would go in there, you'd, you know, have seats, and one by one you would be called up to do your thing, do whatever your act was. When all of you were done, you escorted out, you wait a few minutes in case they want to talk to anybody, you know, and then you're gone. That's not what happened with me. I'm sitting there at the way, and then the gal, you know, says, you know, who's, you know, the gal that's working in front of it, she says, okay, Wild Bill, you're up. And I'm like, okay, and? No, just you. Okay. That kind of freaked me out. So went in, there was two producers in the room. I assume they're producers, obviously, that's why they're there. And so I gave them, you know, they just asked me to give my name, you know, who I was, you know, and then said, okay, you got 90 seconds. And so then I went ahead and performed for them just 2 verses, the first and third verse of my song, I Will Sue You. Mostly because I think because in 90 seconds, that song, I can set up the jokes pretty quick, and also the song itself is one that people who watch that show would know. It's common on the talent shows, you know, be it America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, X Factor, The Voice, you know, whatever, American Idol, whatever, even though I know X Factor in the US and American Idol are defunct. But so I gave those two verses of it, and then they said, well, if we're interested, we'll let you know by end of January, and that was it. So kind of a weird process because you know, I wasn't asked. I mean, a lot of the people that I was with, you know, in the area where they sent me were people that were specifically approached by the producers and asked to audition, which is not something that happened to me. I just sent them a video and then I just signed up. And I didn't spend much time in the holding room. That, you know, they gave me a private audition, which, I mean, why? But anywho, but that was how it was for me on America's Got Talent, for the audition. It's still right now, I mean, it's January 15th, so, and I know they just yesterday finished with another city, so I think they did. Well, like I know Jacksonville was like on the 9th, but either way, they're still going through them. So whether or not they're going to actually put me on the show, I hope they do. I think that'd be great, but I don't know. I think it'd be cool. You know, I think that as a performer, there's never been anybody that does what I do on America's Got Talent, and in fact, really just in the entertainment industry as a whole, there's really only one other performer that's even known for it, and of course that's Weird Al Yankovic. Of course, I have shorter hair and better fashion sense, but you know, so we'll see, and if I can get, they call me back or email me or send me a letter or whatever, then who knows, I may be on America's Got Talent for season 12. I hope to see you there.